I want me a husband. I want me a husband. Nah, sis, what you want is a husband. Mm. Welcome to tonight's episode. I hope that y'all can hear me loud and clear. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I do see some chat messages coming up already. Shout out to Auntie Tracy for saying greetings to all. I hope all is well. Thank you for being here. And shout out to my girl Mona saying hello, Chelsea, and everyone. Yes, hello to you. I appreciate you for being here, and I see that y'all can hear me loud and clear. Awesome. Today's episode is called Single Mothers, Stop Dating Your Sons. Yes, it can be triggering for some. I'm not a single mother. However, I'm trying to let single mothers know what they should do and what they should not do so that they can find the love that they desire. Sometimes they're blocking their blessings because of what they're doing. And I'm giving a shout out as well to Successful Melanated Dusty for being here 2 weeks in a row. I appreciate you. Yes, let's get into the conversation. First, I'm going to get started with the word of the day, and then we're going to go from there. But the word of the day is coming from Proverbs 13:1 NIV. Proverbs 13:1, which says, "A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes." All right, so a wise son is going to listen to his father's instruction when he has that instruction to listen to. But what happens when a son is raised in a single parent household by his mother? How is he going to gain the necessary knowledge to be able to be that man that he desires to be and should be in life when his mother's teaching him otherwise? And that's where we have that gap that we got to understand today. Can a woman raise a boy to become a man? Can a woman raise a boy to be a man and embrace his full manhood? That's what I want to know today. And that's why I even put the StreamYard link in the chat, because if anybody's interested in coming on, whether you're a woman or a man, you can come on to this link today and give me your opinion about, can a woman raise a boy to be a man in his full entirety by herself? Can she do that? We're going to get into it today. But first, I'm going to get started with some of these comments as well. Like, there's a response. No, a woman cannot raise a boy in its entirety by herself to become a man, to embrace his full manhood. And I'm also going to give a shout out to my guy Harrison Family Values, Dre. I appreciate you for stopping in. And Successful Melanated Dusty says, you have a sharp memory. I appreciate that. Yes, you were here last week. Oh, yeah, I remember everybody that supports. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. But yes, like I said, a wise son heeds his father's instruction, but when he doesn't have it, then he grows up in a society that looks like this. I saw this picture on Facebook, and I wanted to bring it up to y'all to see what y'all thoughts were. I've done the same thing. It was a similar picture, but there was a father with his daughter where they were kissing each other, in my opinion, inappropriately. And the man on my panel at the time said the same thing. But I want to know what y'all thoughts are when y'all see this picture. Is it acceptable? Is it just simply a mother kissing her son? Or is it painting a different picture? Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. It all depends on who's looking at that picture. I just think that, I know he's trying to be Spider-Man and that's why he's upside down. But to me, if, for example, this is her boyfriend, we would think this was a romantic shot. So what's the difference when it's her son, when he's upside down? Why not have him just standing up and taking a picture with her, kissing her that way? And this is why I say that a lot of single mothers sometimes are dating their sons. They're making the sons go into the role of being their king. That's my king. And I'm going to bring myself to the main screen for this. When I say that's my king, a lot of women, especially single mothers, say this, and no man wants to deal with that. A man does want to be put first at some point in time. Jaheim had that song, Put That Woman First, but where are the women talking about put that man first? I'm just saying. So as a result, I would love to know y'all thoughts on this picture here and see what y'all got to say regarding it, because I just think that it's inappropriate. I don't think he needs to be upside down with her kissing like that. That just gives me romantic vibes. Maybe that's just me, but let me know in the comments what y'all think, and I'll read some of your responses. Or you can literally join the link that's in my chat right now to join this conversation. Nevertheless, let me continue while y'all give me y'all thoughts. Maybe y'all typing something up. All right, so again, women don't want, especially single mothers, they don't want a husband, they want a husband. What husband means, that's another word of the day, husband, which means son, husband, okay? That's what they want. They want their son to fulfill all the emotional bondage. They want them to fulfill all their emotional needs. And that's where we get into incest. And Successful Melanated Dusty agrees that, hey, this picture is not, it's not what we should be seeing. Like, this is not appropriate in my opinion. It's inappropriate. All right, let's keep this going though. Like I said, women today, especially single mothers, want a husband, a son husband, because y'all saying he's my king, he's my king. But how are you gonna live? If that's your king, that means you're submitting to him, right? That's your king, right? So you're submitting to your son. That's the wrong man you're supposed to submit to. Therefore, when a man comes into your life, you don't know how to appreciate him because you're just doing all the submission already for your son instead of your husband. And now your son feels like he's the man of the house. That son feels like he's the man of the house, and therefore that man don't want to deal with that. So he doesn't. That's why he said, I don't want a woman with kids. I don't want a woman with kids for that reason. And that's what I'm letting you know is that maybe you can call your son your prince for sure. But again, your man is supposed to be your king, and no man's going to step into the boundaries of another king. All right. And that's why a lot of men have the tendency to say that women who are treating their sons like kings are destined for a lifetime of loneliness because of that. Unfortunately, yes, my king, my world. Yes, and I'm giving a shout out to my big sis Latanya from Cure for the Soul Ministries. Yes, she says, hello everyone. I hope your day is going well. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate that, sis. But yes, he's my king, my world. I'm not submitting to a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And shout out to Jermaine because he has that as one of his sound bites. But yes, I don't need a man. Women are saying that, but at the same time, they're getting their emotional needs fulfilled from their king, which is their son. My son comes first. But let me let y'all know that there is a hierarchy to this. And it's a reason I'm talking about this conversation today. I'm going to get into it very shortly with these clips. God is supposed to come first. You here for a reason. You watching this episode for a reason. You know God is the head. If God is not in the relationship is dead. If God is not the head, the relationship is dead. Just letting y'all know. That's the first thing. God has to be the head. You have to submit to him. You have to create that covenant with him so you can have success in all that you do. Second is supposed to be your spouse. But as a man that's trying to court you or date you, if he doesn't see that he doesn't have the role or the potential to play the role of the spouse and be second after God, then he's not going to deal with that because he's all is going on with this Wi-Fi. Okay, hopefully I'm back now. Yep, I heard I'm freezing up. I think that I am back now. Yes, I see myself moving. Ooh, tell you this Wi-Fi is something. But I do see those comments. Yes, thank you, sis. I'm telling you, God is the head first, and then from there it comes the spouse, and then the children. So there are three orders that we follow. It's God, it's spouse, it's children. And we can't let anything come between that, and that's the problem. So what I want to get into is a definition called emotional incest. I'm going to show you some clips in a bit that demonstrate this, but first I want to define it for you. We heard of incest as it relates to the sexual aspect of it, but we haven't heard of emotional incest. So maybe you have, but I'm going to explain it to you today according to the following source called choosingtherapy.com. Emotional incest, also known as covert incest, is a type of emotional parental abuse. In cases of emotional incest, parents rely on their children for significant emotional support to fulfill the needs, especially women, because you know we're emotional creatures. So sometimes single mothers can have the tendency to try to get their needs fulfilled by their sons emotionally because they don't have a man that will fulfill that emotional need, emotional void that they have. That's what emotional incest is. And I have a video today. I've been watching Kendra G's show. I know, it's red flag. I've been watching that show because I see a lot of women, especially mothers, come onto the show. And in this particular case, a single mother, her son is looking for her to find love. He's 10 years old, trying to find love for his mother. Now that should tell you something. This man think he the man of the household at 10 years old, trying to find his mother some love on Kendra G's show. Okay? And you'll see from the videos that I show y'all in just a bit that he really is listening to his mother and is really listening, like, you know, pillow talking. Everything that his mother is saying to her girlfriends and whatnot, he's listening to that because a 10-year-old is not going to talk the way he's talking. So stay tuned for this, y'all.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
You ready?
Yeah.
What you got on your head?
My head's cough. This is my first time ever being on this. My 10-year-old child just put me on here.
Hey,
Your 10-year-old child put you on my show?
Oh my God.
Where y'all
we
calling
need
me from?
somebody, and I need a man to take care of my mom.
You okay, wait, go back to your son.
Go ahead.
So you are trying to find your mom a man
Yeah, so he can take care of me and my mom.
so he can take care of you and your mother.
Mhm.
Where your daddy at?
Oh, my daddy, he really don't take care of me like that.
Aw.
He only buy me games.
He what, baby?
He only buy me games and stuff.
He buys you games.
Mhm.
So now you want to find a new daddy
Yeah, that can take care of me.
that can take care of you. All right.
Yes, this is a mess to say the least. Unbelievable. Yes, he's coming on here trying to find love for his mother. It's very sad. And shout out to King Drew for tuning in. I think this is the first time I've seen you here, so thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Mona's like, face palm, okay, to the face. Yes, because look, successful melanated Dusty said, absolutely disgusting. She groomed him to become feminine. Yes, and this is where the gender roles get erased. This is where we have those blurred lines. We had these blurred lines and it's scratching all over the place because one day she wants him to be the man of the household, but then also he's giving these feminine vibes only because this is who he's around, his mother. Exploitation. Let's call it out for what it is. What I noted from that video is that he said he wanted someone to take care of him and his mom. And what killed me, and what saddened me, is the fact that his mother was laughing when he said that his dad wasn't in his life. His dad doesn't take care of him. She laughed in the background. Where's the sympathy in all of this? Where's the sympathy? Why are you laughing at your son for saying that his father is not in his life? That's nothing to laugh about whatsoever. This is the reason why two-parent households need to be the final goal. And the way to do that is to marry before you carry. Marry with the M before you carry with the C. Not carry before marry. We know we remix and everything nowadays, but we have to follow tradition with it. We have to. We know what time it is because we're not getting anywhere successfully. I literally had an episode in the past talking about black love and finding out if it was dead. And I had a lady in my comment section saying black love was dead. It is because of the fact we have the gender wars going on right now. However, I feel that we can revive it if we change our perspective on things, but it's just so much toxicity that's going on around the world. Therefore, I feel that whenever we're talking about something positive, it's not going to get on the airwaves, the necessary airwaves for other people to hear it. But I told the lady to cam on. She gave me a lot of stats, and she was going back and forth with me and Jermaine. But she said when it's time to cam up, she didn't want to cam up because she said she has a professional career that doesn't allow for her to do blah, blah, blah. Cam up, lady. We're not about the comments. I'm about that commentary. I appreciate the comments and all, but I'm saying at the same time, let's have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue so we can be able to grow, so we can be able to talk about these issues, especially if there are concerns. Everybody's not reading, but they will listen if you put the stats out there for them. Yes, and King Drew said, thank you, just saw the title and I have seen this scenario play out many times. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a mess. And it's time for single women to realize it. That's the problem. They don't want to realize it. I would rather hear from another woman what I need to adjust, and do, for example. I would rather hear from another woman what I need to do than a man telling me. And if you want a man in your life, then you should be able to listen to a man to find out what he wants. If you want a man, you got to know what a man wants. If a man wants you to be healthy, that's what he wants. People think certain topics are touchy and whatnot, but we have to talk about it if we want to improve our communities. This is the way we do it. Don't date your sons and actually start to be the mother that he needs in his life, because you can't do it by yourself. He needs some uncles. He needs some mentors. For example, Dre has a book called From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. Andre Harrison from Harrison Family Values. He has this book called From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. Therefore, we need to purchase these books because, for example, he didn't have a father in his life, but he still made it. He still is able to teach his sons how to become men. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to read the books. Y'all got to read the data. Y'all got to understand from a man's perspective what he's missing. You can't do it by yourself, lady. And that's what I'm trying to let y'all know. And I'm going to also give a shout out to Chavis for tuning in as well. And if y'all do want to tap in and y'all want to join in the conversation live with me in the studio right now, y'all can click on the StreamYard link that you see pinned up here at the top of the chat. All right, don't be afraid, y'all. You don't have to show your faces, but if you want to just join in and just talk with me, as long as I hear your voice, I would appreciate it. So that's the first clip. And shout out to Harrison Family Values again. Get that book, y'all, From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. You can even drop the link if you want to, Dre, for sure. Plug yourself. That's what we're about here. We're trying to help everybody succeed. I'm telling you, all of us can help each other. And shout out to my guy, Jermaine, from That Christian Fam channel. Shout out to him for tuning in as well. Thank you. So that was the first clip so far, where he's introducing his mother to Kendra G's show, saying that he wants his mother to find love. The second clip we're going to talk about is the fact that he's telling Kendra what more he wants out of a father. And really, this is so sad because he should be getting this from his own father and not expecting another man to fill that void. Take a look at this.
A liar?
I just want a decent person. As you know, my son wants someone to be there for us. You know what I'm saying? Just embrace us. My son not to stay in his child's place. I stay in my place. I'm a go-getter. I'm a grinder. I'm a worker. I can, you know, I can't
I don't
say,
know.
I can't say
You
myself
can what?
right here.
You can get freaky with it.
Well, you go in the back. Go in the back real quick. Go in the back. I can't talk like this in front of you. Get in the back. Hurry up.
Mama want to talk dirty. You want to
Hurry
go
up.
right?
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Go in the back, chop. Okay. No, Kendra.
See, I didn't even get into the explicit part of the clip because I'm not playing that on my show. Just know that she came on here talking about she wants a man that can take care of us and all of that, right? Take care of us and do all that stuff. But what can you do for that man other than what she about to get into, which is, I really dislike when women get on shows and all they talking about what they can do physically in the bed. Shout out to Coach Harry Wilmington for tuning in, saying, wow, she mentioned nothing men care about. Okay, here she gets to the physical needs that she thinks she can fulfill in a man. But obviously that didn't keep a man. That didn't keep that man. I'm telling you. Just because you're doing all that puts you in a totally different category off the rip. He only gonna smash that and pass that. Put some respect on your name. You don't have to talk about that. And like I said, Dre and Jermaine said he may want to tune in and cam up a little later. If so, I appreciate that. But yes, this single mother is talking to her son, and her son's literally in the room while she's talking to Kendra about all these inappropriate topics, and he in there like he the man. Put some boundaries on that. Yes, and they go straight to the physical, but don't want to be objectified. Yes, 304, but want to claim everything else. Come on now. You calling it out yourself. You're making it easy for us. You're making it easy for the men. The super quotes. Yes. She had nothing of substance to offer a man. I know. Coming there with the bonnet on or the scarf on your head, the lashes and all that, and expect for a man to take you serious. And come on now. What good is being freaky when we need to work together in this home? Yes, ain't think about nothing about building. Like you building your home, you're building your home on sand. And y'all know what's gonna happen then. It's a mess. No foundation whatsoever. Ain't talking about God or nothing like that. This next clip is going to be where he talks about the fact that this is what he wants from his future dad. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this clearly so we can have this conversation on it. All right.
I want you to answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on.
I
want my
mom. The whole time. You heard what your mama was saying? What she doing
no,
in the
ma'am.
bedroom? You was
But
there the
I
whole
want
time?
my mama to have a dark-skinned, black, beautiful man, and I want him. He need to know how to cook and drive and everything. Take me to school every morning, work and stuff like that.
Okay, good. Come.
Okay.
You ready, Kendra?
Okay.
Look at that beautiful black woman right there. Look at
You
that
gotta
queen.
hype your mother up. What'd you say? You said, look at that beautiful black woman right there.
Yes, ma'am. Look at that beautiful queen.
If your son don't hype you up like him, you gotta get a new son. But wait, go back to your son for 1 second. What other things this man got to do? You say he gotta take you to school every day.
Yeah, he gotta take me to school. He gotta treat me right. He gotta buy me like most of the Jordans. It made me looking at Fleek. We gotta go visit Florida, Jamaica. We gotta go visit everywhere. He gotta be nice. At least have a little bankroll on him and let me have some of that.
Oh my God.
Here you go.
I apologize, Kendra. I apologize, okay? I apologize. Everyone, I'm sorry. 6.4, I apologize. From my heart.
Now listen, we got a few more questions.
I apologize. Why are you apologizing to Kendra? Why are you apologizing to Kendra in the audience that are watching this, but you're not apologizing to the boy who's getting the main effect? You're apologizing to Kendra because she's getting the side effect of your lazy and lackadaisy parenting. However, you're not apologizing to your son for the main effects that he's going to get from this emotional incest. That's what I started from the top of the show talking about emotional incest. That's what that is. When a parent is relying on their child. That's what this is, okay? And like Jermaine is saying, the mama should be ashamed. Dre said the following: he's being exposed to things that will cause him more harm. And that's what I'm going to get into in just a bit, because it's side effects to this. There are side effects that last not only in his childhood, but his adulthood as well. And Coach Harry has said a comment that I highlighted, which says, wow, and his vocal inflections sound just like hers. This boy going to have a lot to work through in therapy later in life. Yes, thank you. Thank you for preaching right now. And I just want to leave some comments and some thoughts about that particular clip where he said, I want my mother to have a dark-skinned, black, beautiful man. A dark-skinned, black, beautiful man. That sounds like something a woman would say. That's the first thing. The second thing he says, oh, look at that beautiful queen. Look at that black, beautiful queen. That sounds like something a woman would say. A girlfriend would say to her girl. And then also he said, I want some Jordans so I can be on fleek. I ain't never heard a boy say on fleek. Ever in my life. I've only heard women say, oh, her makeup on fleek. Just back then when that phrase was used. He said, we got to visit Florida, Jamaica. And then he also said the man has to have some bankroll on him. What 10-year-old is conversing in conversations like that? Yeah, she's definitely feminizing him. Yes. And then also, like I said, the main thing that killed me was that I apologize. The little dude already got colorism on lock. Right. That's what I'm saying. Colorism can be for light skin or dark skin, y'all. That's what it is. It's just another way to further divide us. We already have racism, but then we're going to add colorism on top of that, which is the fact he got to be a dark skinned, black, beautiful man. And shout out to Jesus Loves You in the chat. I see you as well. But I want to hear from the men. That's what I want to hear from. That's why I got y'all on there, because I got y'all in the chat for a reason, because I put that link there so I can hear what y'all have to say. Because maybe as a woman, I'm overthinking this. I don't know what I'm talking about, because I want to hear from a man. What are the effects that are going to happen from this? It's going to be a mess. And some years back, men used fleek. Maybe a long time ago, yeah, because now, like as a little boy, I just don't see that being okay to my fleek. And shout out to Big Smooth for tuning in as well. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. And Chavis is like, she's raising him to be a city girl. No joke. Yeah, I know. And I want to get into some of these side effects that she's doing to her son. While she's apologizing to Kendra, she should be apologizing to him. But let's watch this last clip about this lady, and we're going to get into some side effects.
I want you to answer this question because you was real graphic. You don't have to answer.
Okay.
I would like for you to answer.
Okay.
When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
What, 3 years ago?
You haven't had sex in 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The way you was talking, I thought you 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes ago. So.
No, Kendra. I don't want nobody tap on this like this. Nobody can just get a tap in my little juice box. No. That juice box got a lot of respect. I clean her. I keep her tight. So she's tight and right now, okay? I'm telling you for real.
I protect that.
Come on, hold on.
What you say? What you say?
I said I protect that. That's mine until I see that man deserves it. That's mine.
What do you mean it's yours?
I protect that.
Kendra.
You protect?
Yeah, I protect it. Nobody don't hit that until I say so.
Kendra. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kendra. Kendra, I apologize. Everyone out. I apologize.
He said nobody don't hit that until he say so.
Kendra, I apologize. Everyone, I apologize. For real, I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a mess. I told y'all about to be mind blown for a reason. What in the devil? I see heavy spiritual warfare. It's a mess. Raising whole husbands, y'all. Yo, exactly correct. Say what? Yeah, I'm gonna read some of that again. That ain't gonna work. That's not cute even for a woman to say. Come on now. Red flag. Jermaine, I need to hear you say that one on this video, okay? Yes, this is what he had to say, just to get back into it again. He said, I protect that. That's mine until I see that man deserves it. Nobody hits that until I say so. I couldn't believe that when I heard that. Just hearing it again, this is about the third time I listened to this video, but just hearing it again, I protect that. Nobody's hidden that until I say so. He said that is grooming, no different than what adult male perverts do to their children. Yeah, perverts, exactly. He said I'm throwed off, not thrown, throwed off. Yeah, Boys don't get hit. Goofy. I know. He said, I protect that. That's mine until I see that that man deserves it. Nobody hits that until I say so. This is the reason why men are not going to come into her life. There are no men that are going to come into her life with this predicament. As long as she has her son, they're not coming into her life. I'm just saying. And this is the reason that single mothers remain single, sometimes for the rest of their life. Yes. That's just horrible that you can see that her son is so intrusive into her lifestyle. He's trying to play the role of the father, of the son, and everything else. Just saying, I want to hear from a man's perspective tonight. If y'all want to jump in real quick and just let me know what y'all thoughts are, because I know y'all typing it in this chat, but some people may have some extra thoughts they want to talk about. If so, y'all see the StreamYard link at the top, pinned up at the top of the chat. Shout out to Vina saying the following: that boy will grow up to be controlling, borderline abusive. Yes, because he already talked about his mother's area is his own. That's his. And nobody hits that until he say so. And please hit that like button. Thank you so much. And share with a friend that needs to see this. A single mother that maybe has a son that needs some help. Send this to her because she definitely needs it. Yes. She is doing tremendous damage to that little brother and she does not realize it. No, she doesn't. Her face would discourage me. No pursuit whatsoever. I'm glad. Call it out. Call it out. Call it out, y'all. Yes. But for real though, I just really think that this is emotional incest, and I want to talk about some of the side effects or the signs of emotional incest in adults. Like, how do you know that an adult has struggled with emotional incest? These are the reasons how you'll know. For one, that person is going to be a people pleaser. That's one of the signs of an emotional incest adult, okay, that has dealt with emotional incest in their childhood, such as this son. This is what she's doing to her son. She's making her son become a people pleaser. She's making her son have a lack of self-identity. Okay. Oh, I got two people jumping on at the same time. Oh, we about to get lit in here, y'all. All right, let me bring them up. I got my guy Chavis and Successful Melanated Dusty. He's about to drop down here. So I'm going to pause what I'm doing and hear what these gentlemen have to say today. I saw them pop in at the same time. All right, let me bring Chavis up first. Hey, Chavis. Can you hear me? Hello, I know y'all can hear me in this chat. Can you hear me, Chavis?
All right. Greetings, sister in Christ. Hope all is well with you. I can hear you. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't got no echo going. Can you hear me?
Yes, everything.
I can hear you. I can. I'm just trying to make sure I got this echo on.
Okay, let me know, y'all, if y'all hear echo. I mean, if you put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear us just fine.
Any echoes?
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear us. No echoes. Let's see. Okay,
okay.
Sound is good. What's your thoughts, Chavis, on this emotional incest going on?
Where do I begin? First off, I don't know. I just turned 41 on Monday.
Yes. Happy birthday!
But I
happy
never.
Birthday again.
Thank you. I never, ever at 10 years old referred to anything about hitting nothing. Because I was playing baseball, basketball. I wasn't thinking about no sex at no 10 years old. Matter of fact, if I even thought about that way, my mama would have hit me. All right? Let me go there. Nah, y'all gonna have me in my full-blown accent right about now. This whole thing is a whole mess. She putting all them thoughts in his head. She programming him in that way. Ain't no child talk that way. No child even talk that way. He gotta be dark skinned. He gotta be handsome. What? I ain't never known, not even a 10-year-old girl that talk that way. Not rather much no 10-year-old boy.
Right.
Well, she's raising that child for so many issues when he get older. These be the same kind of.
Go ahead.
These are the same dudes that when they get older and they're going to want somebody for themselves. Uh-oh.
Okay, I hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I have seen it so many times. I even have a homeboy. I'm going to keep him anonymous for now. I want to put him on blast. But his mama have done everything she could to keep him from being in a relationship. And he's in his 40s now. Had terrible experiences in dating because he gone through such an awkward stage in his life. Love him dearly. But my gosh, this woman is doing so much damage. He gonna need the Lord, serious business. And he gonna need men, like for real men in his life to undo all that programming she doing to him.
Facts.
And
I'm
thank you for
telling
that
you.
birthday shout out, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was Mona with the birthday shout out. Yes, but definitely they're gonna have to reverse all that. He's gonna need a therapist. He's gonna need a therapist to be able to reverse all the
Definitely.
nonsense, all the incest that he thought was acceptable for all his life. That's one of the cons for sure. And like
My
Latonya was
gosh.
saying, he's sitting right there when she's talking mess to her girlfriends on the phone. This is shameful. Yes, just like she was talking to Kendra.
Yes.
He's right there while she's talking about her sex life and everything else. Come on now. This is horrible. And this is why we have feminine men.
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, I don't want to hear my mama talking that way now to my dad. And I'm 41. I dang sure didn't want to hear no 10 years old.
Facts. Let me bring Successful Melanated Dusty, one of our other people on StreamYard, real quick. Hey, Successful Melanated Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Chelsea. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. How are you doing?
I don't chime in on people's lives, but since you gracefully asked for participation, I decided to raise my hand silently.
Thank
Um, but if you notice with the video, nothing that young man said identified not one masculine trait within him. So you can tell that his structure has been reared pretty much towards, I shouldn't even say feminine, but more towards his mom ways, which,
Yeah.
the way his behavior is resulting in a feminine manner. But this would be the same type of man that she would complain about, that
Yep.
came about in her life. So
Mm-hmm.
in our culture, we're producing the things that we say we don't want.
Exactly.
And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the young man has possibly seen his mom in action, because even though a lot of it seemed rehearsed, he knows too much.
Yes, he does. Ooh.
I mean, too much information was given out, in that short amount of time. And then we celebrate so much negative behavior in our community, but we shame, the good things. And it's like, not getting religious or anything. If you mention or say anything, about God, people want to, shame people for that. But
Right.
it's evident that the kid has, no structure at all.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen is it could be in the future where he may be competing with his mom for the same men.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Dark,
I
beautiful,
mean that
and
yes,
black. Right.
that's one of the elements that I was thinking about when you were talking about the emotional, incest, because it has to become a separation point. You know, pretty much a babe has to be weaned off of milk. So by this man not having a man, the young man not having a man in his life, he has nothing really to identify with. So he's already programmed, that his dad is a bad man, which that's what he's programmed to say. We don't know if he's ever even seen his father.
Right, exactly. And he said all that his father does is buy him games. With that being the case, he needs to really sit down with him and have a conversation with his father so he can bridge that gap, or some other mentor, male mentor. He should step in now because that's calling
That's
for
true.
help.
Yeah, his father could actually be in Trinidad, but
Yeah.
she did make a statement on the video saying that she's in the state of Alabama. I think she said Mobile.
Yeah.
So, now this young man, he can spread the same bad genetic behavior out to his classmates or cousins or whoever he interacts with. So basically, we will have a continuation pretty much of a bad spirit just going from one person to another, like a chain reaction. I mean, his
Yeah.
mom gave it to him. Like I say, people think it's funny, but then when you look at the end results, you'll have another non-productive male out here, in society, because why? He was basically put to be his mom's friend instead of, being grown up to be a young man.
I have to get to hear.
And I think that's what hurts our community. We'll raise our children to be friends instead of being what they are,
Come on now.
which is children.
Come on now. That's fact
But,
right there. We don't know
it's
how
just-
to bridge that gap. No, we can't discipline our kids. We can't tell them what to do. And go ahead, Chavis. I see you on mute.
Yeah, I'm just going to say facts. Facts. I'm saying straight up facts. I mean, he hitting on every note I'm about to say. We have to get back to getting that structure in the home. I mean, I'm going to have to censor a lot of what Bernie Mac said, but a lot of us have become punk parents.
I love
a lot of us have, a lot of us a lot of us need to get that structure back in, because this is what we're seeing. Boys don't want to grow up to be men, and girls don't want to grow up to be women, and folks don't want to have that structure no more, and have that family structure no more, and have that sense of community and love for each other no more. Now we got folks that just barking at one another, talking smack to one another, being reckless with one another. No love, no structure, no nothing. I can guarantee, I'm gonna go back to that little boy. If that little boy, if his mom would have a actual man that was her husband, that was strong, that was masculine, that was number one, raised in Christ, and is able to take care of the home, that little boy wouldn't have nothing to do with that whole Kendra G show, and neither would she, because the structure would be there. But because the structure ain't there, that's why there's so much disarray and so much chaos there. We got to get back.
I want to get y'all opinion real quick while y'all on here about this picture here. I don't know if y'all saw it coming in later or whatever, but this is what I want to see for those who are in the comments, those who are, you know, on StreamYard right now. Is this acceptable? Is this normal? To, you know, is there anything wrong with this? Is this okay? I don't know. I'm trying to ask the men.
Well, okay. I guess I'll go first, unless he wants to. It doesn't matter.
Oh, go ahead, successful melanated Dusty. Somebody else popping in.
I'm trying to put this in the most uncensored manner. Put it like this: emotions and feelings are learned and are felt at a very young age, such as the hormones. Yep. So if this is happening to a young man, that is no different than a young man or young girl basically being groped by a stranger, because they're going to remember that behavior. So they're going to find something to associate with it. And then after that, they're going to start exploring. So she could actually be damaging her own child, you know, just with that, because that kid could grow up every day. Hey, mommy, I need you to do our special, you know, kiss or whatever. So in her mind right now, it may be cute. But then as he get older, and if she ever tells him no, think about the detrimental effects that it may have. He may attack her because that's what he was groomed to do.
Yeah, definitely. That fear of rejection. And also I think about the fact that men will have the tendency to have difficulty maintaining healthy relationships. For example, finding a partner that is similar to one's parent, because she set the standard right there. So now he wants a mommy that he can sleep with. Because of that, like, he wants all the benefits that his mother gave him, but now this woman is just someone he can sleep with. So really, he's looking for that woman to fill all the void that was left from him not being emotionally connected with his mother anymore, because he has to go with this woman now. So that's what, you know, most boys are looking for now, because she set the standard. This is what she wanted,
right?
And she doesn't realize
because
that this is a
it's always been more. Yeah, it seems like it's always been more accepted within society, you know, for females basically mishandling, you know, youth, you know, and boys, you know, whatnot, especially within the schools or whatever the setting may be. But you know, and they, you know, people accept that as norm. But on the other hand, you know, if it's a man, you basically gonna be crucified, going up to the cross. You know, I'm just not being biased, just putting it out there. But
yeah, keep it real.
You know, the things that many see as harmless is actually over harmful.
Yeah, there you go. Facts. Well, I appreciate your commentary. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for getting on and hearing your voice for the first time. I appreciate you for coming on for the second time of watching our live show. But I see Jermaine down here wants to give some commentary as well. So feel free to jump in here, Jermaine.
Hey, what up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. How about you, bro?
All right, I'm doing fine. Successful melanated Dusty, what's up, cuz? What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, great to see everybody. Man, listen, I'm going to be real brief with this. I think that this is disgusting. One of the reasons, you know, I'll revert back to what my pastor says, what he encourages the single mothers to do who have young men in the household, says, you know what? Young mothers, don't get no man until that man is out the house. You got a 10-year-old son, you got an 8-year-old son. That's your little man in the house until he get 18 and get out the house. The reason why, and I'm gonna just say it like it is, it's gonna be 2 penises in one household. All right? It's gonna be 2, and I know I could say it another way, you know what I'm saying? But he's gonna be, you know, he becomes the man of the house, and all of a sudden, there's no room for another man to step in because you got all the man you need right there. You done made a son husband, and theoretically, it really could work for a man to step in. But oftentimes, what we really see in our community is we see a lot of women, they make their sons son husbands. And so there's no room for any dude to step in. This is why my pastor said what he said, and so this is what we see. But we see a way more perverted version of this. We see, beta men are made every day. They're made every day by single mothers who are determined to be single simply by the actions. And I'm actually going to get on something about this. Get on to something about this. Why Black women are some of the most least desired women on the face of the earth. Has nothing to do with their outer appearance. I'm gonna just say that right there.
Keep it real.
And listen, it's such a two-way street because if we had a young girl on here, we would never allow a young girl to get on there and say, well, to talk as provocative as that young man is, like he's objectifying, like, he's saying can't nobody hit, till I say so. Like, imagine if we reversed it and had a young girl on there talking like that, like, it would be cancel culture all day. They would come out the woodworks like, who said that? Cussing up a storm and all that. I just wrote down some notes, so I'm trying to stay. Right. I'm trying to stay on it. But no, this dude, he already knows how to objectify. He already knows he might grow up to be an abusive person. He may never, and which is really sad, he may really never know the value of a woman because he's already referring to her woman parts as that.
Right.
You already saying that. Now, when we, this whole fake term toxic masculinity, when we hear dudes saying hit that and all this other stuff with this fake false male bravado and all this stuff, we say, oh, well, they're male chauvinists. But we got a mama, and the heifer don't look that young.
Right. She really don't. To be 41.
She don't look too young, you know what I'm saying? She look like she got me beat. All right. I just turned 41 this year. Chavis, you just turned 41. She got us beat because this is the old heifer out here and still ain't learned the lesson. Look like she be somebody's granny. Let me stop. But anyways, that young man is already objectifying women, and he's gonna up the ante. He's gonna actually become more of what he is. The more empowered he gets with his age, he's going to learn to objectify women even more, or he's going to be an abusive person, or his mother's going to be one of those sad stories we always hear about the parent being scared of the child. The child is going upside their head. He already does not have enough respect for his mother. Why? Because he's talking all reckless in front of his mother. Yeah. I'm sorry. There are certain things in a certain way, like you would be ashamed, even though I already knew the drill at a young age. There's certain things you just wouldn't want to let your mama even know you knew about.
Exactly.
But evidently, respect is out the window. Why? Because the young man is probably sitting there while she's sitting up there dogging every dude who dares to crawl up in that. Every young man. Every old geezer who dares to stick a fork in it, she's seeing what he says or what she says. He's seeing what she says. He's hearing what she says, seeing what she does, and he's already talking about, well, you know what? I got a list. He got a list better than some females.
Yes.
Talking about what he needs to bring. He's already looking at men as nothing more than a utility, and he honestly sounds like a young woman. Yeah, that's what you would hear a young woman who does not know the value of men say about men. He's already reduced a man to a utility. So what does he want to grow up to be? Nothing more than a utility? Man, I'm sorry. There's just so much wrong. I wrote down some notes, man. I'm almost done.
Keep it real. I love to hear from the man perspective, okay? And if anybody can tap into it anytime. Let's have this conversation together. We all learning from each other. So feel free to unmute anytime.
Yeah, so I think it's really disgusting. It's really sad to see. Unfortunately, this is not an anomaly. This is the norm now. This is the norm, and we can't blame it on her age because she's old enough to know better. It's we have some young women your age who are wise enough to know better not to have their son in their presence. All right. This woman knows a lot more. She knows better than to have her son in her presence when she's talking like that. Yet you see the evidence. He's been present. He's been present. So
yes, he
yeah,
has.
man.
And she keeps apologizing to everybody else except for
Everybody else.
her son, who the damage has already been done to. That's
She
what the
don't-
bothersome part is.
She's doing this fake apology. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you ain't sorry. You know why?
I apologize.
Yeah. You keep saying that you ain't sorry. Heifer, you are not sorry. You're sorry that he's embarrassing you. You're not sorry for your actions. Because if it was really something for you to be sorry, about, he wouldn't know all the stuff that he knows. And I like what successful melanated Dusty said. He's probably seen his mama in action or seen the man in action because
Yeah, I want to know, successful melanated Dusty, where did your name come from? Because I doubt that you're a Dusty.
You doubt that I'm Dusty?
Yes.
Well, though, if you look at the way I spelled Dusty, it's actually it's different.
Mm-hmm.
So I would look at it as someone that the dust was put on, but is no longer there.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I put successful, even though I may have come from the bottom, whereas they said to come and to turn down, they say get it from the mud. I mean, I've worked very hard to be where I am, so therefore I'm not ashamed of where I come from. So I see it as success. It was all earned.
All right, I love it. Thank you for sharing with us.
That's dope.
And also, the rest of my brothers are called Dusties as well, so I figured I would be a representative for them. And then what I was going to say too is probably the last 15 years or maybe a little bit longer, what I do is I mentor with the schools, for the kids that don't have fathers or whatever.
That's cool.
In their life. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just put in leave, and give the school like the whole entire 8-hour day or whatnot. Grow a great bond with the kids, and what happens is it boosts their self-esteem. It gives them a chance to, identify with the male, and I do it with the females as well. But what happens is they give a list of students, and then they match up. The kids get attached. Their grades excel. Like I say, self-esteem grows. It's rewarding because if you can't help, fertilize the seed while it's young, then once they become a certain age, it's almost like no hope. So,
Amen.
It'll definitely take like some divine intervention, for it to happen when they become teenagers. So that's what I do. With a lot of my time, I give back to the community instead of operating in some of my entrepreneurship endeavors. So I think that's more valuable because as we get older, they're going to get older too. So we will need someone to keep the world running.
Right. How old are you?
So I'm actually 41.
41. Okay. So yeah.
You got the 3 men on the panel. We're all 41.
Nice. All right, y'all.
All of us are 41.
Something about that number, man. Something about that number.
When's your birthday,
I'm a February guy, but I'm not big on that zodiac stuff.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't worship.
Listen,
I don't worship anybody but God.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we always say, listen, we don't follow signs. Our only sign is the cross. That's our sign.
Yeah, I don't do
that.
I was gonna say the same thing, bro.
None of that. We don't follow any of that. I just want to know when your birthday was, because I want to see who was the oldest on the panel, and you happen to be it, bro. You happen to be it.
I'm in trouble now because
September.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely in trouble because my sister in the chat, Mona D, has already put out my government name before on their platform. So
what?
Yeah, I really don't cam up. The couple of times I've been on someone's live is because what I do with work, and it would be I would actually kind of jeopardize my identity if I did that because I don't even have social media, so I have a very low a very low key life.
Jermaine, Dre over here talking about 42 is where it's at. It's 41 over here.
Dang, I was gonna need to listen to that.
Chavis, he the only one to get a pass. He got a valid reason not to come up, Chavis. You know, Chavis know what I'm talking about. Y'all,
Come on, man.
I don't have the hoodie on, y'all. I just came on here real quick.
Yeah,
I gotta
definitely.
go tend to my kids.
Yes,
but y'all,
thank
listen,
you.
this is wow. Y'all, I'm about to jump off here. It has been lovely. I'm gonna keep listening. I'll be in the chat. Hey, Chelsea, oh girl didn't come up on here.
I know. I was talking about her before you came. It was a lady that was talking about all these stats about Black love being dead, which I agree, Black love is dead, but she didn't want to cam up because of her professional career. Lady, I'm a professional too. We all professionals on this camera right now, but she didn't want to voice her opinion. I gave her the opportunity because that's what we do on these YouTube streets. But at the end of the day, who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? That's all I gotta say. Period.
You
if
know
you
what
come
though,
on here,
Chelsea?
you can't check me. If you in the comments, but you're not participating in the commentary, you can't check me. Who gonna check me, boo? Who? And go ahead, successful melanated Dusty.
Yeah, it's just my opinion that anytime when there's a content creator that's trying to call things out, to have a positive, return, you're always going to have the detractors that want to come at you. Because I tell people, even if you say dwell on stats can be skewed to fit whatever narrative you want to have. It depends on your sampling method as well. And I had put in the chat one time, I was saying, and in which Mona D even said, I was like, you can't even get our people to fill out the census form. So really, can we actually just use stats as a great representation?
Yeah.
I mean, but we all are human enough to see really what's going on out here. Like we know it's not all, but when you see like a vast majority or most, to me, you don't need a number to convince me when we see it every day.
Yeah, she wasn't coming with the stats. She was actually debunking the stats because I'm a statistician, and so like I like numbers are cool, and so but she was trying to say, hey, listen, false stats, this, that, and the other. But listen, the numbers, what the one things they don't do is they don't lie. Even the large majority of us, say for instance, there's only a portion of us that even take the census. Well, for those of us that do take the census, they get a good enough sample size. So it is not just from one source either. It's from multiple sources. But one of the things I wanted to say about that was too, this whole Black love thing. What do y'all think that came from? What do y'all think the movement of Black love actually came from?
To be honest, my personal opinion is I don't think there's a such thing as Black love, because if you look at it in God's way, love was never defined by a color. So if you look at when Moses got married and his wife was from Ethiopia, what does that tell you? Most people in Ethiopia are darker than the asphalt that any of us drive on every day. So I never saw love being instituted by color, since we all say we're descendants of God. So it's like we build these false illusions to make it seem like things are greater, but our culture focuses too much on materialism. So it's just my opinion. I'm not arguing with anybody, but I don't think there's a such thing as Black love. Because if you love somebody, you're gonna love them regardless of their race, color, skin tone, their weight, or whatever.
Facts,
man. To me, that's not the love of Christ. If you're going to discriminate on somebody, on a man, say if the man's not 6'5" tall, well, he's not a man to you. Like, and I often ask people, I said, can somebody show me a study where all these guys that are 6'5" and above, when have they ever protected a woman when there's like a some type of a massacre or shooting or something while they're out in town? Because what they do is they duck and run and hide like everybody else. So where does this illusion of protection come from? Oh, he's got to be over 6'2", 6'3". And I'm like, just because somebody's big doesn't make them masculine. I mean, you take basketball, for example.
Come on.
The biggest person is the one who gets dunked on the most.
There you go.
I mean, I'm just trying to put it in, in simple terms, but that's why I was saying, I think like in our culture, there is so much focus on materialism and aesthetics it makes me wonder if people really do know what love is. I think it's more of lust and fetishes.
Facts. Oh yeah.
Well, if that's the case, what happened it seems like black love is so easily disposable. In other words, what happens to black love when the man is 5'6"? I thought you said you want a man that got to be 6'2". I thought you was all about black love. You only push black love when it's convenient for you. And I'll go back to I agree with the term love, but that narrative of black love comes from somewhere. Did anybody have any idea where that narrative come from? In the slightest clue, who may have came up with that narrative?
Shoot, the devil. That's what I say.
Okay, well, you being super. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all real quick, and I'm gonna talk about it maybe later this week. The people who came up with black love was black women.
I was thinking.
And let me tell you why they came up with that narrative. Because black men were going out the door. And so to shame black men for leaving black women, they came up and coined the term black love. But they didn't come up with it when they stepped out. It was only because they saw us stepping out. Why? Because a lot of us have gotten ourselves together. A lot of us have said we're not putting up with this, that, and the other. A lot of us have said we don't want that sassy attitude. A lot of us have said, you know what? We don't want the queen divas and boss bees. We don't want that. We getting out the door. And as soon as we made up our mind to do that, they came up with a narrative called black love. But you only say black love when it suits you. You don't scream black love when you want to step out. You don't scream black love when the man is 5'6". You don't scream black love when the man weighs 300 pounds. But you can have all your criteria, but as soon as a black man says anything about, hey, I don't want her to weigh this much, all of a sudden we got a problem. Y'all, I'm gonna get into it maybe later this week.
Yeah, definitely.
But
do an episode on that.
Yeah, but
make
this
sure y'all check out your
I'll be tuning into that.
thing, it's conjured up from
foolishness. Exactly. And Cure for the Soul.
I'll be tuning into that, bro.
She said, just like I don't know what single women are making their sons a husband. Okay? Facts.
I'm going to use that term, Latanya.
Making their sons a husband. Yeah, I put it up there. That was one of the word of the day. Like, I already did the word of the day, but I added that as a word as well, husband. So, thank you, brothers, for coming on here. The 341s. Yes. Shout out to Chavis for his birthday being recently. Happy birthday to you again. Appreciate it.
Well, it's a good thing I'm honest, though, Chelsea, because, see, I was gonna try to fool you.
Oh, really? You were trying to fool.
Look, I can't fool nobody with all this. I can't fool a soul with all this, right?
I appreciate y'all, brothers. All right. Have a great night, y'all. I'm still going live, but thank y'all for jumping on real quick.
God bless.
All right, not a problem.
Thank you. God bless y'all. All right. Yes, but this has been a great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Yes, thank you, Latanya. Yes, you got that term from me, husband. That's how I started off the top of the episode. I was like, oh, I want a husband. I want a husband. No, sis, you want a husband. That's what you want. And you suspect for what you're doing to your son, making him your husband. All right. So let's just watch this last clip again before I bounce up out of here about the incest that's going on in the black community, specifically with the single.
I want you to answer this question because you was real graphic. You don't have to answer.
Okay.
I would like for you to answer.
Okay.
When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
What, 3 years ago?
You haven't had sex in 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The way you was talking, I thought you 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes ago. So.
No, Kendra. I don't want nobody tap on this like this. Nobody can just get a tap in my little juice box. No. That juice box got a lot of respect. I clean her. I keep her tight. So she's tight and right now, okay? I'm telling you for real.
I protect that.
Come on, hold on. What you say? What you say?
I said I protect that. That's mine until I see that man deserve it. That's mine.
What do you mean it's yours?
I protect that.
Kendra.
You protect?
Yeah, I protect it. Nobody don't hit that until I say so.
Kendra. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kendra. Kendra, I apologize. Everyone out. I apologize.
He said nobody don't hit that until he say so.
Kendra, I apologize. Everyone, I apologize. For real, I apologize.
Okay.
And I apologize to y'all, but I had to show y'all that clip again. I apologize off that because at the end of the day, it's a mess. King Drew said, the day I spoke with a friend about her husband, unfortunately, that was the last day we spoke. Okay, that's husband. You speak about them husbands, they'll cut you off. Yeah, my man, my king, that's my king. But you never making way for a real king to step in and take care of y'all. And yeah, Kendra was asking the wrong one when she was like, when's the last time you've been intimate? Because obviously he talking about nobody hitting that till he say so. He got the lock on that. He got the lock on the cookie jar, I guess. Really, the dust box. But Big Smooth was like, oh, that was the son saying that. Oh, yeah, that's the son. And you can't even tell the difference because they both talking the same. I protect that. Little boy, go sit down. You shouldn't be around when grown folks talking anyway. Facts. And why does your son know about her sex life? That's what I'm saying. That's emotional incest. And that is what we're talking about today. I'm going to wrap it up by just telling y'all the definition, once again, of emotional incest. That's what I started this clip with. Emotional incest, known as covert incest, is a type of emotional parental abuse. In cases of emotional incest, parents rely on their children for significant emotional support. That's the main reason he was watching that episode. That's the main reason she was sitting right next to him, is because she needed his emotional support to get through that interview and want to talk about, sorry, I apologize. It's a red flag to say the least, but I just appreciate the gentleman for getting on. We didn't have a chance to really talk about this per se, but in summary, as a woman this time looking at this is inappropriate. I'm not going to kiss my son while his head is upside down like that. This looks like a romantic scene for a magazine. All right, for some, for comic book, pretty much for a Spider-Man comic book. That's what it looks like to me. At the end of the day, I appreciate you, King Drew, for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button if y'all haven't already. Yes, and like Chavis is like, the whole thing with the mom and the husband is sick, and this is painting the same picture. This is like the cover of a baby mama magazine. All right, I'm gonna put that in the chat. But that's basically like the clip. This is what you will see on the front cover of the baby mama magazine right here. We're gonna love our sons to the death of us. No man come between me and my man. Husband material. Literally, I need to make a magazine cover for Baby Mama magazine, because this is the front cover right here, without a doubt. This is the pictures. This is the type of picture we're painting for women to say, okay, I don't need a man to have photo shoots with. Let me just talk about this real quick. It's the worst thing in the world to see a woman who is recently pregnant and they taking photo shoots for the baby without the boyfriend or the husband in the picture anywhere. That's what's bothersome to me. Why is the man already out the picture? It's because you carried first, and then you thought you was about to get married. It's really backwards. Backwards. Y'all know my whole nursery rhyme. First comes lust, then comes the carriage, then he'll buy me some carrots, or then he'll talk about marriage. Come on now. It's a soul tie mechanism, and people don't want to believe in it, but it's a tie emotionally. That's what it is at the end of the day. And Chavis is like, I'm a Spidey fan. That was a reenactment of Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. And weren't they going together? Yes, exactly. They were each other's love interests. That's what I'm saying. It's a remake of this. And this is what we're talking about on the internet. Latanya's like, I'm glad people are exposing the real by airing their real lives on the internet. I get to see what's really out here now. Yes, because everybody put their whole life story on social media for everyone to see. Oh, I just went to the doctor. Oh, I just walked outside. Oh, I just sat down. Oh, I just made me some food. Like, we don't have to tell everybody everything about us. And we don't have to put all this stuff on the internet. But now that they're doing it, thank you. Because you have to be discerning with what you put up for everybody to see. Your social media is your resume, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying. Have some black men had similar relations with their daughters? Yes, incestuous. Yes, definitely. Because we saw some clips before on my previous episode where I had from Boys to Men, the panel. I talked to the gentleman, Jermaine, Dre, Rob, talking about the fact that there was a guy that was kissing his daughter, and the daughter had her hand on the back of the daddy's head. That alone showed you that's incestuous, okay, to say the least. And Jermaine's like, I bet you the young man's criteria for someone to hit it ain't marriage. Facts. And let's talk about that. TikTok is demonic. There is plenty of content over there. Yes, it is. That's why I don't have it. TikToxic, as Chantel over on Chantel Simone's show says. Shay was like, my daughter and I will never take that photo, okay? Because let's look at it at the perspective where it's a little girl upside down and the father is the woman. We will automatically call it out. Women are being perverted too. Incest happens, and it's not just physical, it's emotional, and that's what we see here. And the effects, once again, is lack of self-identity. I don't know myself outside my mother because she made me her man. I got to submit to her instead of my mother giving me away so I can be able to allow a woman to submit to me. I got to submit to my mother because that's all I know. I don't know a father. And that's the reason why men need mentors. There's no men. There's no mentors without men, y'all. Mentors, come on. And that's the importance of it. But you got to be very discerning with who you pick for mentors, because even men produce incest with other men. That's the part we got to talk about as well. So again, signs of emotional incest in adults. Like maybe you're dating someone. Maybe you're dating a man and he comes from a single parent household and you're trying to figure out, Has he ever dealt with emotional incest because he's only been raised by his mother? These are the reasons you can tell. Being a people pleaser, I've seen that. Lack of self-identity, I don't know who I am outside of my friends, outside of my job. Fear of rejection, I'm afraid of being rejected. And difficulty maintaining those healthy relationships, as I stated earlier, because most of the time they have difficulty finding a partner, but that partner has to be similar to one's parent. I need you to be just like my mommy. We got to take photo shoots just like this. We got to do all the stuff. You got to cater to me just like my mommy did. Clean, cook, and do all this stuff for me. But I got to sleep with you. And that's the only benefit I think I get outside of my mom. So I'm going to play. I'm going to straddle the fence. I'm going to give my mom all the emotional love because she's been with me since day one, but you just going to get the sex from me. You're not going to get the emotional love because I'm tied to my mother. I didn't cleave like I should have. So I want a mommy I can sleep with. That's what it is at the end of the day. Anyone ever thought about how babies learn to kiss? Yes. If you kiss your daughter in the mouth, it's suspect. And that's what I'm saying. These mothers, certain age, you got to cut all that stuff out. There's ages to it. There's limits to it. But again, women want husbands. Y'all don't want husbands. Y'all got the first letter wrong. That's the problem. Y'all want husbands and y'all know it. And y'all are preventing yourselves from finding your real king because y'all are submitting to your sons as y'all king. But once you put that hierarchy, like I told y'all, God first, then your spouse, then your children, then you will have significant success. But really, a lot of men are running when they see a single woman that has a son. They run it because they know that he's going to be put first, and I can't even compete with that. As soon as I want to discipline him, no, you're not the daddy. You're not the daddy, so you're not about to discipline my son. And that's why single women with sons end up being single forever. Like Kevin said, die alone. Whatever woman that man runs into will go crazy because there will be constant comparisons to mama. Oh yeah, that's a fact right there, brother. That's a fact. And this comment I'm going to read here by Chavis says, some of them do go that far with their moms. Ooh, we're going to pray. We're going to pray for that boy because while everybody else is laughing like Kendra, she failed the mission. Mission incomplete because she failed it by laughing at this boy and enabling him. I don't care if the mother was enabling him. You could have stopped the interview. You were the one that kept it going and asking this boy what he wants out of a future father. We have to call it out for what it is. Stop laughing at women and allowing them to just do whatever with their children. Call them out. If they don't like you, that's on them. But you have to tell them. It's not judging them. It's trying to make them a better person, because what you're doing right there is a sin. Emotional incest, come on now. You're playing games with him and you're messing up his brain and his psyche. These type of women want a man they can control. Exactly, they do. Facts. That's why they're grooming their sons to be that same way, that feminine guy that's going to get ran over by all the women. It also gives the parents the opportunity to institute the control complex through early grooming. Exactly what I was saying there. And then I turn into a track star when I run into a single mama. Trouble. Dang. Look, getting the miles in it. Get the miles on for real. I'm telling you. Kendra worships several little guys. We need to be praying for her too. Yes, we do, because she over here, you already know, doing this swiping. And I'm telling you, you're knocking out your blessings. Every time you swipe, you're knocking out your blessings and don't even know it. Let's call it out for what it is. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Single mothers, I'm trying to help y'all. I'm not trying to hurt y'all, so don't come in these comments unless you're going to get on this screen for commentary. Because at the end of the day, I just want to know.
Who gonna check me, boo?
I want to know. I just want to know. At the end of the day, they want men to be doormats. Yes, they do. And I'm just letting y'all know, as single women, you can do better, but put your son, raise your son, but make sure he stays in his lane. Don't let him get into the conversations you having with your girlfriends and now he talking all this lingo. Do better. The way to do better is to stop with the old ways, because it's not giving you any success. You're getting on these dating apps, you're getting on the dating shows trying to find love, and then wonder why all you get is lust, because really, you are not supposed to find that good thing. He's supposed to find you if you are a good thing. And that's if with a capital IF, because most of the time y'all are not a good thing. Y'all are a bad thing that the book of Proverbs tells y'all to stay away from. And then Cynthia G, I've heard of her as well. She be talking about black men don't need to be born. They should have been killed off and all of this. That's just more Miss Andreas vibes, or however you want to call it. It's toxic, to say the least. They're being coddled. Yep. They're being coddled. They want men to be doormats, ATMs, and slaves. Yep. Oh, yeah, he got to have a bankroll, to say the least. Don't take your son to a salon with you. It's not a place for him. And yes, hit that like button, okay? I don't care if you're a beautiful black man, an ugly white man, a beautiful white man, a beautiful black woman, whatever color you may be watching this right now, hit that like button, because I'm not about to be specific with it. And I shout out to Jermaine for talking about black love and saying how that was a thing created by black women once they realized that us, the black men, were tipping out the door. Okay, they were tipping out the door for sure, and they're gonna keep doing it because you get on these dating shows talking about you looking for love. And yes, talk about that soft girl wave, because it needs to stop. Y'all are blurring the lines of gender roles. Y'all are blurring the line of genders anyway. People are in a trans, if you ask me, to say the least. All right, y'all, I'm out. Until next week, God willing, I'll be back for another episode. But I just appreciate y'all for spending some time with me and really engaging in this dialogue. And single women, stop looking like this. Stop looking like y'all on the cover of Baby Mama magazine. And really grow up and understand that it's just going to be you and your king unless you demote him to where he needs to be, your son. Treat your son like your son and not your husband, okay? Just saying. So have a great night, y'all. I pray that y'all stay safe. Stay well, stay blessed. Thank you, Chavis, for jumping on. Thank you, Successful Melanated Dusty, for coming on as well and telling us about your mentorship program that you do through the schools. And shout out to Big Smooth, Mona, all my girls, all my ladies, all my gentlemen tuned in. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next week, stay blessed. And I'll see y'all for another episode, hopefully next week, prayerfully, at Chelsea's Live Line.